Welcome in, everybody. Happy Saturday. We are here in the we're here in the Heroes EU 10th anniversary EU Cup, and this is the last chance qualifier, day number 1. On the left-hand side would be Three-Legged Cat. On the right is going to be Surge Energy. The members of Surge Energy banned away Battlefield of Eternity and Braxis Holdout, while Sky Foundry and Sky Temple banned away by the members of Three-Legged Cat. It looks like first pick was chosen by Three-Legged Cat as they won the coin flip, so map pick of Garden of Terror will be from the side of Surge Energy. Now, we have had a patch. I forgot to... Oh, wait, the patch video's out. Wait, hold on. I forgot to make a command for it. So while the draft is going, let me quickly make a command for the patch, because I believe the new patch is out and all that good stuff. I believe my video should have been popped this morning as well. Indeed it was. So let me quickly make a command for this, just so we have a patch command. So it'll take me 2 seconds here. Command, well, more than 2 seconds. Patch, edit, Heroes of the Storm, live patch from May. It was May 15th. There we go. Grab the YouTube link, replace that. There we go. We got a patch command. There we go. All right, so the patch, yes, the patch is live. We've had changes to ETC, and we're actually going to be seeing ETC banned away. This is standard Heroes of the Storm tournament. No tournament shenanigans, no carryover bans, no baseline bans, no meta madness. 90 heroes available, and we're getting into Garden of Terror for map number 1 with a Junkrat, ETC, Garrosh, and Lucio ban, and Three-Legged Cat immediately grabs the Chromie. No surprise by that one, as their Nano player, or Nano, is extremely good on Chromie, so very, very happy with that first grab. Surge Energy, we've seen a little bit of them. I don't know a ton of their composition and drafts and stuff, but there was some banter in the lobby while we were waiting for a player to get into the lobby. Great analysis for me. The Blaze player, Dion, was literally saying, someone was talking like, oh my god, your Blaze was so amazing, can you give me lessons? And they were saying, don't ban it. So Blaze doesn't get banned, gets picked up with a Rhaegar, and we'll see if Surge Energy gets to... we'll see if the Blaze is a hard carry for Surge Energy, because there are some Blaze players that are phenomenal. I mean, the Chromie, as I mentioned, is really, really good for Three-Legged Cat. They're going to pick up a Brightwing and a Diablo with that as well. So really good single target deletion, Shadow Charge, Polymorph, Overpower, Chromie damage, Temporal Loop. Rhaegar and Blaze do have a way to deal with Temporal Loop, so maybe it's a slowing Sands game. Might be a slowing Sands game. Unraveling is really good at level 20 for Chromie, or 18, however you want to look at her talents. Dahaka being banned away, getting rid of the global aspect, and Nubarak to be removed as well, so no cocoon value. As we get into the mid-pick phase, or the latter half of the draft, still needs something good for camp. You know, Sylvanas would work with both of these compositions really good. Garden of Terror is a very push-heavy map. Minions, mercenaries are a high priority. So, like, Sylvanas and another Bruiser would not be bad, and then you can pick up whatever tank you want. Or it might not be that order. It might be, Greymane and Muradin. Okay. Greymane offers up really good camp clear. This is a pretty divey composition on the right-hand side with a bit of CC and control as well, Stormbolt and Jet Propulsion, but those also can be dive tools paired with the Dwarf Toss for Muradin. So we're kind of seeing two dive compositions clashing up against each other. Should be an explosive matchup with a lot of good back and forth. Oh, I forgot to start the Twitch predictions, so while we wait for these next 2 picks to come through, gonna need a solo laner and some extra damage as well. Ragnaros and a Falstad. Okay, alright. This is already great. Which team wins Garden of Terror? We have got Three-Legged Cat, and this will be Surge Energy. Alright, we'll still throw 10 minutes on this, why not? Last pick with the Greymane. A mage would not be bad with this, like some sort of burst, like a Jaina, Li Meng, Kael'thas, Gul'dan, something like that. I think would be great with this. They're gonna go for a Hanzo. I like the Three-Legged Cat draft a lot better. I mean, the Falstad gives you a lot of good global split pressure, Ragnaros, Lava Wave as well. It could be a Sulfurish Smash game. I think we'll see by level 10 if they're trailing on macro. But I feel like the macro overall from Three-Legged Cat is pretty good. It's going to be a really good game. Map number 1 of our first best of 5 is underway. I did see once again HoTS is saved, yes. Yeah, HoTS is saved by Saint Dev by updating the game and giving us slight changes. This game still gets patches. People still play this. That was a YouTube comment recently. Like, I was like, it was like, I think it was on a tournament.
You know this,
what?
Why do you serve him?
Because he paid me a freaking fortune, you moron.
You got paid?
Yeet.
Big Sid, thank you for the tier 1 for 29 months as we literally load into map number 1 of our first best of 5 of the day here in the last chance qualifier of the EU 10th Anniversary Cup. We've got Surge Energy on the right-hand side with no Hopaka, Hanzo. Atella is your Rhaegar. We've got a Bye-Byes with your Greymane. Dion on the Blaze, and Leppy is your Muradin. The left-hand side of the map is going to be Three-Legged Cat with High Wraith, Ragnaros, Captain Rex, Brightwing, Nano, Chromie. We've got a Twice on the Diablo and Drac playing the Falstad. Thank you again, Big Sid. That's really nice of you. Thank you, bud. Way to kick off the day. Any team willing to pick Falstad into Muradin, Blaze, Greymane is simply melting with confidence. That has also been the same YouTube comment for 7 years. Bro, they still patch this game. Yeah, I know, right? Well, you know what? Here's the Storm is getting patches, and that's more than some other games out there. So, boom, take that. We got a Q build Ragnaros at the start here with Sulfurous Hungers. Diablo with Soul Shield level 1. That's kind of interesting that Diablo goes into Soul Shield when there isn't a ton of spell power on the enemy team. Chad, I don't know how I feel about Soul Shield level 1 here. I don't know why Twice went into it. Hanzo's gonna go, I mean, I guess Hanzo damage can be spell power. I don't know. I feel like there's better level 1s against this composition that's very heavily auto attack based. Speaking of auto attacks, Greymane. Wolfheart level 1 gonna be going for a little extra thickness on that armor in Worgen form. Brightwing Hypershift, Chromie can go into Time Walker's Pursuit. She's also got Horror Anomaly level 4. Muradin with Dwarf Block at level 1. Adrenaline Stimpack, Simple Geometry, Colossal Totem. And the Wolfheart, as we said before. Does it help against Curse Bullet? Isn't Curse Bullet just a percent-based hit? So wouldn't spell power be whatever? Or spell armor? Isn't it just a straight up 35% of the health? Hanzo with his Ignore All Distractions level 4. We've also got auto build for Falstad continuing. Ragnaros with Catching Fire. Brightwing Magic Spit. I don't know, I just feel like Diablo could have gone like Devil's Due or Feast on Fear for level 1. I just don't know if this spell shield's gonna get any value. Oh, we got 25,000 to 5,000 on the gamble. No kill, or actually 1 kill so far. That was the early game kill up against the Muradin mid lane. We have our first objective phase here in the bottom left of the map. We had some players floating around it, but no one actually going for it just yet. Ragnaros on 13 stacks on that level 1. Crawley finds a time stop on the Muradin bottom, who is going to try and step up into Nana, who gets the sidestep to the Thunderbolt, the Storm Bolt, but it's unfortunately going to be enough pressure from the enemies around, and Chromie will go down. 25,000 to 6,000. All right, nicely done, everybody. We got odds on the prediction. And you still have another 5 minutes, actually, because I started the gamble late. So you got a good chunk of time to see how things unfold. But don't forget to get your channel points in, as we do have Ragnaros putting pressure onto the Rhaegar in mid lane. Does not get the kill, but almost manages to take down the wolf. Hanzo with his never outmatched, level 7. Suppressive fire from the Blaze for spell power reduction. Decent damage from Hanzo into Drac right now. Leppy trying to get away from all that sand of Chromie. Does not get taken down. Gilnane splashed through the fort front gate. And no kill, but still pressure to be applied. Cauterize, or Hand of Ragnaros, sorry, for the level 7. If the power Sulfuris hits at least 2 enemy heroes, refund 10 mana and cooldown. Recharge 100% faster for 4 seconds. As Ragnaros will get that multiple member hit, gets another Empower Sulfuris hit. But, yeah, Sulfuris was not hungry enough for that one. Three-legged cat, lose another member right there, trying to poke onto Hanzo through the bottom lane. Secret weapon was the level 7 for Falstad. For the auto attack base build. Wizard Duelist on the Greymane does have the thick skin level 4 as well. A very Worgen heavy composition, so you might see some Lord of his Pack and Tooth and Claw later on. No Hopaka. Delayed, trying to get some scatter stacks. 13 of the 20 currently. Stormbolt from Muradin connects Greymane, lunges in Dark Flight. Spell Armor from Diablo is activated here. High Wraith with a huge... Excuse me, High Wraith will be taken down right there. Diablo, Ragnaros picked off. Hanzo will be taken down. Captain Rex slowed and will be picked off. Nice purge coming out from Rhaegar as he's trying to avoid nano damage, and that will be a multitude of kills over the side of Surge Energy. They only lose their Hanzo, and they will steal away camp and get first seed of the game. Chromie did go into Slowing Sands level 10. I mean, there's just too many things to deal with Temporal Loop. Purge, Bunker. Well, those are the two big things, actually. Purge and Bunker are pretty big. You know, Avatar for Muradin, I assume, at level 10. Oh, Rhaegar does go down while Greymane was finishing capping the camp on the left-hand side. High Wraith getting low on the... Ragnaros gets picked off once again, but just below the Dragon's Arrow connects onto 2. The scatter from Hanzo is good. Diablo will have full souls, but those may be taken down. Greymane getting a little bit low, jumps back inside the bunker twice, looking to back away. Hanzo chases down the Brightwing below, and Diablo souls will be expended. Bye-byes, still living. Hearthing away with full HP. So, per our conversation earlier... Oh, it's go for the throat. Okay. Well... So there's that. No Cursed Bullet, apparently. It is going to be Slowing Sands, Blank Heal, Sulfuris Smash, Lightning Breath, and Gust. I was thinking they would go into Lava Wave, but I guess that's not going to be the case here. Avatar, Bunker, Dragon's Arrow, Ancestral Healing, and your Go for the Throat for Greymane. Just taking a peek into bottom lane. Looks like the Siege Giants won't get much value here. Diablo lands a Shadow Charge onto Muradin really quickly. Slowing Sands apply, but he's able to Dwarf Toss out of the engagement. Falstad, meanwhile, in top lane is doing his best to try and push things back. 9 kills to Surge Energy so far. A 3-kill advantage. 10 stacks of Catching Fire for the Ragnaros. He's done with his Sulfuris, Empower Sulfuris level 1. What is the reward for Sulfuris Hungers? Increase the damage by an additional 10. Okay, and then every time it kills a minion, increases damage by 1. So it's 125 extra damage. Got it. Well, we'll see how post level 10 looks for Three-Legged Cat as Captain Rex in bottom lane. There's a time trap around. Blinks to a minion. Greymane lunges in, but cannot find fatal damage as Muradin does land a Stormbolt. Slowing Sands from Chromie do get applied. Bye-byes gets the Ancestral. Shadow Charge onto Rhaegar right now. Dragon's Arrow fired from mid lane. Lightning Breath activated. Trying to take down trying to create space for High Wraith. Greymane goes in for the throat and takes down Ragnaros. And Falstad flies into bottom a little too late, and that's the end of the engagement. Could be Garden Tear as well for Surge Energy here. Little Razor Swipe to the side.
Gather that seed.
Sonic Arrow scouts out Diablo in the bush. Muradin stepping up to anchors. We do have time traps all around, so vision is being supplied by Chromie. One time trap finds Hanzo, but Muradin zoning is a little too much. 13 talents here. Falstad she'll still try to soak in mid lane, and 7-kill advantage, a level and a half, a talent tier advantage, and Garden Terror's coming through. Unfettered Assault, level 13 for the Greymane, makes sense, as he is this Worgen build. Wolfheart helping out quite a bit here with that extra armor. 5 extra armor, I feel like it saved Greymane a couple times here. There's been a few engagements where he's got like 300 HP, and that 5% could have been the 300 save. Either way, Molten Core from mid lane activated. Ragnaros trying to clear out to the Garden Terror. Falstad top lane being pushed back. Top fort should be lost. Phase shift from Brightwing, and looks like they may save top lane fort. All right, simply done. Good boy, Bandit. All right, so the Garden Terror phase has ended. We've got camps back up and available. Hanzo's going to work on right side. 13 talents here for both teams, and I wouldn't be surprised if Three-Legged Cat try and find a fight. We do have a Resilient Flame for Ragnaros when stunned. He gains 40 armor for 3 seconds, reducing damage taken by 40%, has a 15-second cooldown. You've also got Catching Fire, which is not completed yet, which is a little surprising. 15 regeneration globes. Well, 14 of the 15 picked up. After gathering 15 globes, activate Catching Fire to gain 25 armor for 3 seconds, reducing the damage taken by 25%. So you have 2 armor talents with Resilient Flame and Catching Fire. Ragnaros playing very, very safe here. When tank build Ragnaros is the real question. Yo, Ninja, what's up, bud? Muradin dwarf tossing in, lands the Stormbolt. It is an Avatar Muradin, just in case you're wondering. 16 talents here on the right side. High Wraith gets the phase shift from Brightwing, and that's the end of the engagement. Obviously, Surge Energy want to continue pushing up, as they do have that talent here over the enemy. We do have the Giant Slayer. Hanzo level 16. Juggernaut plating for Blaze, as Ragnaros does finish out his Catching Fire. Falstad pushes a wave onto the fort. And this is the first map and the first best of 5 of the day, and Three-Legged Cat trailing behind by 7 kills and about a level and some change. Maybe a level and a half, actually. Falstad's doing his best to split soak in all of this. He really is doing his best. I was a little surprised with the early game detriment on kills and the experience for Three-Legged Cat. They didn't go into Lava Wave. It is like a 2-minute cooldown, but I think being able to just throw an R into a wave every 2 minutes and pick up a whole lot of experience, that could have helped out a ton. Close this gap, but I guess Three-Legged Cat are confident in their mid to late game progression. 16 is pretty decent for them. Chromie's already got the fast forward. In 2 levels, she's going to be, well, I guess, in 2 levels and a little bit of experience, she'll be able to get her level 20, which I assume is Unraveling. Spell armor debuff is humongous. And there's a lot of spell power on the left-hand side as well. Diablo, shadow charging in. Muradin dwarf tossing, looking for the Stormbolt onto Nano. Chromie's trying to wiggle her way out of this one. Falstad gets the flank gust, but that pushes everyone right next to Chromie. Thanks for the assist, Falstad, as Greymane does go down, losing a chunk of his Wiz and Duelist stacks. Rhaegar will be smashed into the wall, and Diablo's souls are completed. Blaze pushes a wave up into top lane, but no Garden Terror Seed just yet. 30 seconds to go. Diablo, Brightwing, Falstad in bottom lane, stepping up. The Stormbolt into Diablo, so he does have a little bit of a Shadow Charge activation. Nice hammering damage and auto attacks into the Muradin as Blaze comes in for the flank, lands that jet propulsion into Diablo. Twice is trying to back away. Phase shift from Brightwing into Diablo. Captain Rex lands that beautifully. Avatar for Muradin activated as he jumps inside the bunker. Diablo hovering right around, wants to close the distance. Lands the Shadow Charge onto Nohopaka, uses the edge of the wall. Falstad barrels in. The hammering does not get the last bit of damage onto Muradin as needed. The block stacks helping out a little bit with some of those incoming autos. Dion the Blaze shall be taken down. Diablo does he have another Shadow Charge? He does. Awkward interaction on the Muradin, but this is still going to be Drac chasing in. The Muradin will fall, and Falstad picks up the
Triple kill!
Unraveling level 20 for Chromie, Critterize for Brightwing at 16, and with those 3 kills, we're looking at nearly a perfectly parity game in experience. Slight experience advantage over to Surge Energy, but that might be a little different as Greymane lunges in. Saphir's Smash lands, the Lightning Breath cooks up 2, and that on this channel right there is a just like that, three-legged cat regain control of the map, regain control of their experience, and they're about to get Garden Terror summoning through the top lane. Post level 16 has been huge. Giant Scorcher for Ragnaros. Empower So Fierce burns enemy heroes for 9% of their maximum health over 3 seconds. This additional damage does not heal Ragnaros. Honestly, the 16 was huge. Barrel roll is whatever for Falstad, but honestly, Giant Scorcher's huge. Critterize was massive. Chromie getting Unraveling helped out towards the end. But either way, Falstad grabs the camp. Brightwing doing the same, as camps do despawn when objective phase is grabbed, and we'll see 20 talent here slightly faster on the left-hand side. They're actually going to get it off these camps in waves. Oh, Submerge for Ragnaros. How much HP is he healing for that? 1,316. Ragnaros' base pool currently is 4,550. Wind Tunnel, Hellgate, Invisible Friends, and Unraveling, of course, as we mentioned. Slowing Sands have that really good armor debuff. I honestly feel like it needs to be nerfed in how quickly the Unraveling activates. I feel like 10 spell armor debuff every 0.25 seconds is just insane. I bring this up all the time, but it really does feel rough to receive. Mid keep does go down, so does the Garden Terror. Bottom lane is pushed up. Keep is looking like it will be taken out as well. Dragon's Arrow from Hanzo. Chromie avoids that with a timeout. Meridian lands the Piercing Storm Bow, but Diablo lands the Shadow Charge back into him. The Wind Tunnel up against the wall might be the game-winning play here from Drac, as yes, Hanzo, Greymane all go down. The Ancestor healing with the Farseer's Blessing splashing off of this Blaze. Hellgate in from Diablo as they land the decent CC needed to take down Rhaegar. And there's a Ragnaros Molten Core. Leppy should get into the Hall of Storms. Blaze getting a little bit low here. Overpowered. Moves through the Slowing Sands. Taken down. Soothing Mist from Brightwing activated. Muradin picked off another from the members of Three-Legged Cat as it's 15-11 here on Garden of Terror, map number 1. And what looked like a slow win for Surge Energy completely faded away post level 16. Yo, what's up, Yanthor? How you guys doing today? Happy Saturday to you. Welcome back, everybody, into our first best of 5 of the day. On the left-hand side, it's going to be Three-Legged Cat. On the right side, it's Surge Energy. This is the last chance qualifier for this tournament. So, if you are rooting for a team to make it into next week's playoffs, this is the weekend to cheer on whatever team you're rooting for. If you're a fan of Three-Legged Cat, get your channel points in, as we do have a Twitch prediction rolled on out for the next 10 minutes. Alterac Pass will be map number 2. Map choice coming out from Three-Legged Cat as Surge Energy, the losing side from Garden of Terror, opted in for first pick priority. Won't get a cat, will get Cad. Well, here's the thing. Cad made me a lot of money. My cat Odin did not make me a lot of money. He brought me a lot of joy, watching him fall off of tables and run into walls. He also brought me a lot of stress because that cat liked to play What's Under the Blanket at 3 a.m. by shoving his extended claws out under the blanket and scratching you. So waking up to sharp stabbing pains at 2, 3 in the morning, didn't like that part. Cat being an idiot, loved that part. Lucio, Zeratul, Junkrat, and ETC will be banned away. Man, ETC got buffs in the most recent patch, exclamation patch, if you'd like to check it out. We do have a YouTube video out to review the patch that just dropped on May 15th. And looks like, at least for the time being in the series, Three-Legged Cat do not want to deal with a ETC on the enemy side. We might see Three-Legged Cat try and angle for first pick ETC of their own, but this is a new Brack going to be first pick for the side of Surge Energy. Makes a lot of sense, honestly. New Brack has such a versatile kit, mobility with engage, disengage. His level 4 Carapace allows him to have movement speed for 3 seconds. If he does take that talent, you've also got Cocoon. You can solo the objective phasing with Beetles, so it'll probably be Legion of Beetles level 1, I would assume. Blaze Rhaegar. So Three-Legged Cat will steal the opening draft of Surge Energy from the previous map. Now, is there any priority onto a Chromie pick for either side? We did see Three-Legged Cat have a really good late game Chromie value, and there's no ban onto her, so maybe Surge Energy might want to steal her. She's fantastic for this map. She can delay out objective phasings. Slowing Sands is a good zoning tool. Her artillery overall is nice for siege. But it's going to be a new Brack Ana Greymane. Ana had some changes as well. Deadeye got some new functionality at level 20. You also have some biotic grenade changes as well, just baseline, if it hits an enemy or if it only hits Ana. So there's some cool stuff. There's some cool stuff with Ana that got changed in the patch as well. So, Hogger being banned away. Really good solo laner. Great for grabbing the null pack. Easy to maneuver around the map as well with his Hog Wild. A lot of walls to bounce off of. Is there a global ban? Do they get I feel like this is either a Chromie ban or like a Falstad ban. The Falstad global last game really helped out a ton for Three-Legged Cat. Without the Falstad hard macro last game, I think they actually would have started hard trailing. Even, like, the late game kills were nice, but I think those were all something that happened because Falstad's macro throughout the game. But speaking of macro, Dahaka's up, but that would be an awkward composition where, like, you have a main tank Blaze, potentially, which Blaze is a tank, but no one plays him as a tank, let's be honest. What? Halloran, there's your warning. I know you don't watch my channel, but Halloran, there's your warning. Okay, Nazebo to be grabbed with Garrosh, Blaze. So last pick, Zool. Do they do like the zombie? Do they go for like the Zool and do the Bone Prison zombie wall single target kill? That actually could work. It also gives them insanely good wave clear macro, poke around the objective too.
Here we go.
There's the Chromie stolen away. Malthael got changes as well. Malthael got changes as well with Tormented Souls and the level 20 Tormented Souls as well. Wraith Strike baseline got an upgrade of 1, so it went from a 6 to a 7 range. And there's the Wraith Strike level 1 talent that we were watching the Outhouses yesterday. They were doing a bunch of that as well, which increases the Wraith Strike range by 35%. So yeah, this could be like a nano boosted Malthael Tormented Souls level 20. Genji, who fucking cares? Genji also did get changes on Pathfinder level 1. X-Strike got a cooldown increase. Living Weapon got a cooldown reduction increase. We'll see if... Shin Gun got nerfed as well, so we'll see if there's any changes onto that. Let's load into the game, everybody. Twitch Gamble is going. Get your predictions in. I like how Crush is coming in. I'm trying to think of like something Canadian to correlate you to. Crush with these big Canadian geese 25,000 bets. I got nothing. Big poutine bets? No, it doesn't roll off the tongue. We'll figure it out. Big lad Crush though. Big lad with big money. 25,000 on Surge Energy. Let's see what we got. Left-hand side of the map as we load on in to Alterac Pass. Three-Legged Cat on the left-hand side of this best-of-5 series. This is last chance qualifier, single elimination bracket. No, if you lose here, that's it. You're done. End of your tournament potential. Chromie with Time Walker's Pursuit. We'll talk about that in a moment. High Wraith on the Nazebo. Captain Rex playing the... I got nothing now. Rhaegar. We got Drac on the Blaze, twice on the Garrosh, and Nano will be your Genji. Right side of the map, we have got Surge Energy looking for a 1-1 score through Alterac Pass. No Helpok on the Malthael, Atella, Greymane. Bye-byes will be your Chromie, Dion on the Ana, and Leppy back tanking with a Nubarak.
Mother knows best.
Timmy's extra large triple bets. I like that. I will not remember it, but I like it. I've never had Tim Hortons, to be honest. Gilnane splash into the wave. We do see the Death's Reach level 1 for that Wraith Strike increase, or that Wraith Strike range increase by 35%. Nubarak thrown in. Sleep Dart goes out from Ana to create a little bit of space, and they back away just fine. Nazebo Zombie Wall goes out. Greymane couple auto attacks into High Wraith, but Nazebo's fine. Widowmakers, level 1 for him. We still see Genji with the Agile Dismount, Garrosh with the Unrivaled Strength, Feral Heart Rhaegar, and Adrenaline Stimpack Blaze. Legion of Beetles for a Nubarak. We've got Slumber Shells Ana, Death's Reach for Malthael, Time Walker Pursuit, and that'll be Viciousness for Greymane. As the Wolfheart level 1 is the purple background. Captain Rex working on camp on the left, Malthael doing the same on the right. Malthael will be pretty fast for this, as he does have that AoE with the Soul Rip and his Cleave on weapon attacks. Nicely done. It's basically Dunkin' generic coffee chain. I'm also gonna be honest with you, Crush. Outside of some, like, a small handful of donuts, that's all I've ever had from Dunkin'. I would always go. I would always go to like mom and pop donut shops in Metro Detroit because I didn't care for coffee, or if I did, I just made coffee at home because we had really good coffee at home. There was a place on Woodward and Catalpa called the Donut Cutter in Michigan, and that place kills it. Really cheap, really good, extremely fresh. Like, it's just like, every single donut you get feels like it came out of the oven, or like just was made. Well, Shuriken Mastery for Genji, so we'll probably still see Shin Gun. I mean, Shuriken Mastery is still just a really good level 4 talent. Big Voodoo for the Nazebo, so he's going to try and be the real main tank. Indomitable, Debilitating Dart for the Ana. We'll also be seeing Beta Bars for a Nubarak. Makes sense for this map with that 3.5 persisting time for the impale on the ground, so you can delay it objective phasing. Speaking of objective phasing, we do have objective phasing about to begin here. 2 minute 30, it's going to be up for contest, or excuse me, 3 minutes in game will be up for contest. Oh, High Wraith, the ally toss from Twice is good. Some spiders thrown back to try and get a little bit of stackage, but it's just going to connect onto a Beetle of a Nubarak. And the only donuts I can eat nowadays are those cider milk donuts because they usually are not too sugary. Obviously unsugared. Oh man. We're 45 minutes into stream and I'm already thinking about food as well. Oh, left side, Captain Rex and Drac work on another camp. Malthael finished out right side, heads back up to top lane. Oh, dang. 49,000 on Three-Legged Cat. All right, big odds. Crush the only Surge Energy believer after map 1. Wow. All right, Crush, best of luck. Sleep Dart onto Genji does connect. Chromie and friends will back away. High Wraith going for the channel. Interrupted by Leppy Impale. Jet Propulsion from Blaze going out as well. And that'll be a kill onto Greymane. Burrow charge onto Nano. Genji trying to get some shurikens in here, trying to back away. Chromie damage will not be enough to take him down. All right. 20 seconds left to go on the channel. Garrosh and friends zoning with Zombie Wall and such. Garrosh wants to just run at the Ana or the Chromie, but they just back away. A Nubarak will be the one tossed out of position. Genji flanking on Dion on the right. Captain Rex on the left side trying to get away. Jet Propulsion from Blaze creates a little bit of space. No Hopaka considers stepping up more. The first objective phase will go over to Three-Legged Cat. As Nubarak burrows, finds the Genji. Needs like 2 autos here and will be able to get it with the Beetles and such. Healing darts going out. Chromie Sandblast will connect, but the horrible, awful, worst faction alliance will be able to summon the cavalry into all 3 lanes, and we'll see what kind of siege value they get. I have no faction bias at all. Alrighty. Bottom wave pushed up onto the fort front gate. Greymane clearing objective on the fort here in mid. And in top lane, Zebo, Blaze, they have really good siege and pressure onto Malthael. Looks like they'll be able to open up the gate here, but I think that's really going to be about it. Chromie already has her level 10, going to be the Slowing Sands. We have also got stats at the bottom of the screen for all of you as 10 talent teaser will roll through at the top of the screen. Rhaegar just running straight at No Hopaka. Hello, Captain Rex with the purge and everything. Did he go Purification level 7? I feel like he did, and I just completely missed it. He did go Purification level 7. Nicely done. I love seeing Rhaegar's use Purge on enemy heroes. I don't know why. It's so satisfying. And Purification level 7 is such a good talent with the 15-second cooldown and all the other stuff you can gain from that one. Objective phase, though, does get one structure. The top lane fort does go down. Bunker, Ancestral, Warlord's Challenge, Ravenous Spirit, or the Big Slappy Goat, as we also call it, for Nazebo and Genji. Considering Dragon Blade potentially here. Nope, just kidding. It's X-Strike still. Camps will be grabbed for the left and the right in mid lane. Heroic on the right. It is going to be that Tormented Souls. We got Curse Bullet, Slowing Sands, Nano Boost, and Cocoon for a Nubarak. But yeah, Curse Bullet. Greymane shapeshifts into human and fires a bullet that hits the first hero with its path, dealing 35% of their current health as in damage. I feel like Spell Shield wouldn't make a difference on that. Because we were talking about it last game with Diablo's Soul Shield and stuff. Cocoon onto Rhaegar right now. Greymane's the first one to go down. Nazebo chases in with the Ravenous Spirit. That big slappy ghost gets a slap to take down the Angel of Death, Malthael. And now Nazebo with Reaver minions. Nope. Null Pack minions pushing in onto mid lane fort. A Nubarak throws in an Impale, but this mid lane fort shall be taken down. Three-legged cat continue pressuring as Surge Energy need to back away, regroup, and find some sort of way into this engagement as Chromie takes down Blaze in the bottom lane with the help of Ana. And they spray.
Looks like we're gonna have another prison camp to knock
Genji
down.
around objective. Mid lane wave cleared away. The fort does go down, as we mentioned. Genji trying to finish out Shuriken Mastery. Literally one stack away. In bottom lane, Nazebo, sieging up a little bit. 76 stacks on his baseline. Is done with the Widowmaker level 1. Has the Spirit of Arceer at level 7. Genji just literally throwing in Shurikens trying to get that last stack. There you go. Gets it off the third band. Alright, Malthael once again grabbing camp. Did go into the Tormented Souls, and we'll see if we get to level 20, if they go into the upgrade. The level 20 is really good. As long as you're afflicting 2 enemy heroes with your Tormented Souls, the decay on that 4 seconds does not activate. Or I guess the decay is paused. I saw nothing, Crush. I saw nothing. Zebo self-casting zombie wall so that what? Wait, High Wraith, what? Bro, what? Chat, did you see that? Nazebo self-cast zombie wall. It blocks the enemies from slapping him, and he gets the channel on the objective. I have never seen anyone do that before. That's wild. Tormented Souls to the Nano Boost coming through. Malthael trying to chase onto twice. Won't be able to find the kill. They do manage to delay out the objective. Cocoon onto Rhaegar. Impale comes through. Ravenous Spirit. Self-cast Ancestrals. No Hopaka gets slapped by Rhaegar. A bite to the butt. The Angel of Death goes down. Leppy falls to the swift strike of Genji. And Nazebo once again. Okay, this time it doesn't work out. Actually, no, it does work out. Because the minion was attacking the zombie wall. Oh my god, I've never seen that. That's so cool. Credit where it's due. Nicely done to High Wraith right there. Ice Block level 13. We've got the here and there for Chromie for a little bit more safety and mobility. Top lane boss is going to be tagged as camps do despawn. when the objective phase is here. High Wraith heading to bottom, Blaze hovering around mid, and the rest of the team, as I mentioned, finishing up this boss on top. Alright, boss heads in through top lane. Couple auto attacks from Greymane. Genji jumps out. Shin Gun was the level 13 pickup still, even though it's nerfed on the structure damage. Objective plus boss. Three-legged cat want to take down a keep here. Ooh, good jet propulsion. Nazebo takes down Malthael in the bottom lane, so that will be a fort taken down there. Reaver minions in all three lanes. Boss plus objective. This should confirm keep. They'd have to make a massive blunder on the side of three-legged cat. As Warlord's challenge was attempted right there. 46-second cooldown. No one really in range for that one. Genji pushing up mid. Nazebo gets bottom. And three-legged cat. They will not take down keep. Wow. The defense was slowing Sands. The zoning, time traps. I'm really surprised that top keep didn't go down, but mid did fall. Bottom is taking a significant amount of damage, so they still get two keeps here, which means three-legged cat is a win condition now. Death timers are getting a little long. 17 to 15, 6 to 3 in kills, as three-legged cat goes for boss and bottom, which could be like coup de grace, could be the push to core to win. Nazebo with 140 plus stacks. Malthael, can he get revenge for earlier? Dismounted by the wave. Okay, High Wraith is giga dead. If High Wraith makes it out of this, then it's just the great escape. So Ice Block to get cooldowns back, throws out the spiders and the auto, trying to get some damage on this top keep. But Nazebo will fall, which does push 16 talents here over to the enemy side, and we'll see if 16s will be big enough. Now, I will say this though. Nazebo may have died in top lane, but that does give free time for the ally team to grab boss or bottom. Blaze goes to mid for camp. Garrosh and Genji floating around to maybe get a little gank action going on. Nope, they want to push up into top lane onto the keep here. 3 rounds of shurikens go in. Another cyber agility, but Olpaka's here to delay out. Garrosh floating around as well. Boss will not be a push-to-win situation, as it's already down to a third of its HP. Rhaegar clearing out mid, pushing things up, and Blaze, who finished out that camp, is just going to be moving into bottom for more wave pressure. Genji in top lane, backing away from Malthael and Nubarak. It's tense. It's a tense map number 2. Three-legged cat had a really hard wobble in map 1, but then came back and won it. And they've been in control of map number 2. But is Surge Energy going to have this same sort of rally moment like their enemy did in map 1 of Garden of Terror? Post level 16, start coming back and finding fights. Genji continuing to, well, be the sieger. But yeah, Shin Gun, actually, that nerf on Shin Gun for structure damage is actually kind of showing its face right there. As Genji's taking out nice and domino from Garrosh, avoids the Cocoon Curse Bullet, misses onto Drak the Blaze around the objective pit. 50 seconds of channel time needed as Genji will take down top lane keep. Core shielding is completely dropped. The Nubarak burrowing out for Nazebo lands the impale. No Hopaka going for the channel. Genji currently trying to end the game over on the enemy side of the map. And three-legged cat. If they just delay out the backs, they've got the win, I think. I think Genji's got this on his own. He's going to just kind of pull Drakthar back and forth here. Ana in Nubarak will be taken down by Blaze. I apologize for that one. As we do have the Ancestor coming through. Malthael falls. And Greymane is back at core to defend. Ally team is running at core currently. X-Strike from Genji trying to keep Drekthar leashed right now, or like tagged to him, so that way he doesn't go to the center and start healing up. Drekthar does make their way back to the center, but the entire team is here. Nazebo manages to take down Chromie before she hearts away. Jet propulsion onto Greymane. Groundbreaker as well. This is going to be a... to wrap up map number 2. Three-legged cat. They are leading this series with a 2-0, and they're one map away from moving into our next best of 5. GG, well played. I have a gut feeling that Shin Gun will also be nerfed further. I do have a feeling that Shin Gun will be nerfed further. At least I hope it is. At least I hope it is going to be nerfed further. Nazeebo went bad, medicine level 20. We never see that. Consume 5 stacks of voodoo ritual to become unstoppable. Gain 20% increased movement speed and 50 armor for 2 seconds. Oh, man, that's funny. That's funny. Welcome back, everybody! Map number 3 in our first best of 5 of the day. And we're heading into Dragonshire. Hopefully not the last series, or the last map in the series. I don't know how to spell gamble, apparently. There you go. Get your gambles in. Three-legged cat. Three-legged cat is 1 map away from moving into the next best of 5, which is a playoff-deciding matchup. We only have 2 best of 5s today because one of the teams did forfeit. Tomorrow we will have 3 best of 5s. Tomorrow we'll have 3 best of 5s. Winning team from today's second best of 5 coming up next will be making it to the playoffs for next weekend. Losing team of this series and that series, that's the end of their tournament life for Heroes 10th Anniversary EU Cup. This Bandit has really tasty legs. Garrosh, Chromie, band away on the left side. Junkrat, ETC, band away on the right, as we do have players on the incorrect sides. Players are on the incorrect sides. I don't understand how players can be on the same side for 2 games and then go, let's swap sides. I'm so, like, how is that a thing? How is that a thing? Oh, well, we played on this side for 2 games in a row. Time to go to the other side. Makes no sense. All right, well, either way, the Twitch gamble's backwards. You guys can figure it out. We have a first pick Probius. First pick Probius for three-legged cat. First pick Probius. All right. Blaze Cassie on the left-hand side. This feels so troll already. I don't know why they're first picking Probius. That feels so troll. What are they going to pick with this? Are they going to grab a Cho'Gall?
The apocalypse has come.
Stop! 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 I can't, dude. I can't. You are kidding me, man. I can't, dude. I can't. I can't believe this. I can't. Oh, what's up, Slayer? How you doing, bud?
Remind yourself that overconfidence is a slow and insidious killer.
You know, jokes aside, I think I am pretty good at my job. Jokes aside, I think I'm pretty good at my job. Don't you, chat? Oh, what's up, Rommel? How you doing, bud? Anubrak and Ana will be banned away. We've got a Blaze Cassie on the left-hand side. I assume we're going to just hard go into a lot of characters with percent-based damage. I got Hanzo to be grabbed with this. Ariel to be stolen away makes sense. Tychus can be grabbed. Did you script this match? Deathin.
Let's save some lives.
Wow, they literally knew exactly what they wanted to do with this draft. As a reminder, the players did swap sides, so the draft or the prediction is backwards. So do take a second to make sure that you are confirming which team you're going to be gambling for, because they are technically on the opposite sides since they did swap teams, and I didn't realize till we literally got into the draft. Last pick on the left-hand side, Blaze, Cassia, Ariel, Tychus. Did they pick up like a May or something for a blind? Or Johanna's actually up and available. Never mind.
I yearn for battle.
I don't like the Imperious last pick. I think they win this. If I was a betting man, I would say Three-Legged Cat has this. Let's load into the game and see what we got going on. Twitch Gamble, still going. What's up, Desert? We have 10 channel points on Three-Legged Cat, 25,000 on Surge Energy. I call rigged. Without Probius, are you supposed to construct additional pylons? By killing the enemy team, obviously. What a game. What a game. Not something I was expecting. I do know that Three-Legged Cat do like Cho'Gall. They literally, High Wraith has a Cho, portrait, but not something I was expecting today. Very happy about it.
Heroes.
Left side of the map is Surge Energy. We got Leppy on the Ariel. Bye-bye is on the Tychus. Satella is going to be your Cassia. No Hopaka on the Imperius, and Dion is your Blaze. Right side of the map, up in this best of 5 series, looking for a clean 3-0 and progressing on to the next best of 5 matchup versus Stack of Doom, I believe, is the team.
10 seconds.
Stack of Doom is the team coming up. We got twice on the Dahaka, High Wraith and Drac on the Cho'Gall. Captain Rex is your
1.
Lieutenant Morales and Nano. We'll be playing the Probius in bottom lane. We got Calloused Hide, We See You, Tissue Regeneration, Pulse Echo, and we've got the life support for Lieutenant Morales during the first few seconds of energy regeneration. Healing Beam regenerates 100% more energy. Passive, increase your maximum energy by 10. We've got the Sacred Sweep upgrade with the Majestic Span level 1. No, that's Righteous Assault. Majestic Span is sometimes 4. Adrenaline Stimpack, burn the Impure for the Imperius here. Charge strikes on the Cassia. And Tychus with the Press the Advantage for the extra range. Cho'Gall doing Cho'Gall things in mid, just dumping in a bunch of damage. Tychus steps up with his minigun active. Is it going to be the bigger they are at 4 or in the rhythm for more minigun duration? That's the real consideration here. I doubt they go into Master Assassin. It could still be the pickup, because Cho'Gall would count as 2 stacks if you get the kill onto him. But I feel like in the rhythm or bigger they are is probably going to be the priority pickup. Morales walks into bottom, gets Detainment Striked up against the wall. Little healing beam onto Probius as well. 42,069 on Probius Cho'Gall combo. Nice. Pretty big prediction we got going on for this one too. Nicely done, everybody. Auto attacks here and there, poking out from Cassia. Healer and Assassin versus Healer and Probius. I guess Worker. Tychus minigun activated. Forces Cho'Gall to back away. Little grenade after that. Let's see what we got for Tychus level 4 here. I am curious. Does have that range. It's going to be the bigger they are. Okay. Celestial Charge. So probably no Combat Tactician level 4. Probably Melting Point. Cho'Gall trying to step up here. Tychus able to back away. Imperius looking for a Celestial Charge. Misses. Level 4 for the Ariel will be repeated offense. No Majestic Span. Nice. Nice, Ninja. Nice. Blaze gets dragged by Dahaka on top. A few autos come through. It is going to be the one who collects for Dahaka. No Hero Stalker or Lurker Strain. Cho'Gall is slowly whittled away the mid lane fort front gate, or is whittling. Uh-oh, Hopaka. No Hopaka. 90. No! Gall gets the Shadow Flame hit, and that'll be first blood over to the side of Three-Legged Cats. Camp over here was stolen away, but it's not going to find much value. I think it got like 1 or 2 boulders thrown onto the fort right there as Probius clears it away. Cho'Gall in bottom lane trying to chase onto this Cassia. The grenade from Captain Rex was attempted to bop her back out, but it doesn't work out there. Celestial Charge over the wall, but the Surging Fist activates from Cho'Gall, and he is going to be able to back away just fine. A little bit of Runic Bomb action there. Overkill activated by Tychus as well. Some poke damage coming through. Just waiting to see how things unfold further in the engagement. Checking into top lane. It is Feeding Frenzy for the Dahaka, so he does have the drag cooldown, 1.75 second on that one, or 1.5 second cooldown on that one. That's going to be Probius trying to back away. The healing beam is good. Cho'Gall gets inside the Dragonite in time. I did not think that they were able to hold that. Wow. And now here's the thing. Cho'Gall inside the Dragonite's really good because you have Cho piloting the dragon. Gall still gets all of his abilities. Obviously outside of the Runic Bomb activation. Savage Charge goes onto the Imperius as Tychus tries to minigun down this Dragonite, and it is getting chunked quite quickly here. The bigger they are. Another Savage Charge, this time onto the Tychus, pushing him by the bottom lane keep. Cassia gets picked up by Probius in bottom lane. Nano is an absolute monster on the worker as Captain Rex steals the kill onto Imperius. Cho'Gall takes down Ariel in mid with a Savage Charge, I assume. Oh, it's a Shadow Flame, actually. Wow. Shadow Flame from the Gall just took her down, and this Cho'Gall composition for Three-Legged Cat is rolling through Dragonshire. They want a clean 3-0. As much as I want more games, this team just wants to make it their way to the final matchup of the day. Wait, the gamble flip. Yeah, the thing that I mentioned about like 6 times in the draft. And afterwards. Surging Fist in from Cho'Gall. Twisting Nether will come through. Stim onto Cho'Gall as well. The auto attacks are coming through, but is it going to be enough? He will go down. The Nexus forces actually steal that kill away. We've got a Draken Laser Drill, Ball Lightning, Wrath of Angiris, Bunker for Blaze, and Resurrection Ariel. On the opposing side, it will be that Stim Drone from Lieutenant Morales, Pylon Overcharge, Isolation, Twilight Hammer, and Twisting Nether. Blaze Adrenaline Stim Pack will activate. Morales just clearing out the mage minion behind everything. Blaze wants to get the Jet Propulsion, or at least set up some pressure onto the healer, but it's not going to work out. Another Siege Giant camp stolen away from Probius in bottom lane, who was clearing out a camp. Tychus pushing up the wave. And Cho'Gall is just shoving mid. Does he have a way to get out of this, though? Tychus dashing forward. He actually did go Combat Tactician level 4 as well. Objective phase available in mid. Siege Giants in bottom getting good value, but Twisting Nether will be activated. The Stim on to Cho'Gall. They take down Tychus immediately. Twilight Hammer to try and create some space for Dahaka, but he doesn't need it. He continues to step up. The Ball Lightning broken by Cho'Gall as he taps well, mounts up, and looks to re-engage. Only criticism of Three-Legged Cat here, besides the fact that they all swap sides, is going to be the fact that the Cho'Gall is not carrying the mount, and that he's actually mounting up. That is quite a red flag right there. As we do have a Wrath of Angiris onto Morales. Bye-Byes is trying to get the kill onto Cho'Gall, but will be taken down by the Nexus forces. Morales picked off as well. Resurrection was used already on the Tychus. That's why we're seeing him back in the engagement, of course, as well. 65-second cooldown on that. Dahaka meanders his way to top lane as the enemy team looks to control bottom. Probius trying to get a little bit of poke damage in here, but he does not want to stagger out of death. Dahaka in mid lane, clearing out the wave, making sure the Blaze cannot channel Dragonite. Cho'Gall, Morales have respawned. Celestial Charge onto Probius. The read is pretty good. Pylon Overcharge. Zones no Hopaka back. Morales getting chased, but Cho'Gall is here to aid. Detainment Strike pushes him into the wall. 4 of 6 stacks for Ariel as our Imperius fishes for a Celestial Charge. Doesn't find the connection. Really low on mana. Might need to reset here. On the Imperius's. Tychus does continue his minigun build, but that's the stuff. Did go Combat Tactician at level 7. I was thinking he'd go Melting Point, but Cho'Gall continues to just shove mid lane. Aggressively shoving mid lane. Uh-oh. Ariel, is she split from the team here? Is there going to be Stim activation. Is there a Twisting Nether? I think they're just going to wait. Stim is a 75-second cooldown. Ball Lightning from Cassia goes out. Cho'Gall breaks away, and that'll be the end of that. So they burn one heroic. It's not that big of a deal. Ball Lightning from the enemy still also gets activated. Relatively close cooldowns on those right now with about 3-second difference. Well, Dahaka, clears things out in top lane. Molten Armor for Cho'Gall, or Molten Block. Probius holds bottom. Dahaka holds top. Cho'Gall and friends, do they move in for mid? Uh-oh. Blaze. Twilight Hammer. Surging Fist in. Dion is chunked to like 25% and has to back away. Cannot delay out the objective. This will be... Oh, no! Imperius gets on the Moonstride in the bottom lane. And that'll be delayed out objective phasing as the bottom lane does get pushed in by Siege Giants and Wave. Catapult cleared away. Surging Fist charging up for Cho'Gall as they enter in. Twilight Hammer focusing onto this. Tychus, the sim again onto the Cho'Gall as they're looking to take down Tychus. He gets a massive heal as well from Ariel, and that's the stuff level 13. Dahaka does go down. And Blaze gets the the Sun Shrine. He's positioned to get Dragonite. And is the Cho'Gall composition falling apart? 6-6 in kills. Blaze moves into mid. Surging Fist. They're going to be Celestial Charge into Cho'Gall. Twilight Hammer to push them back. Ball Lightning. Molten Block to break that one. Pylon Overcharge from Probius as well. Zones the enemies as Cho'Gall throws one more Runic Bomb in. Lands the hit onto the Cassia, and that's it right there. Blaze cannot get mid lane objective because the bottom Moonshrine went to the enemy squad, and mid lane needs to be cleared away. So while mid's being cleared and Blaze goes to grab a camp, it's going to be bottom siege, opened up a little bit more. Dahaka has respawned, able to move in through the top lane. We got a Brush Stock up in 10 seconds, sorry. Cassia's got Martial Law, sizzling attacks for Tychus. We've also got Reservoir of Hope for the Ariel. But keep in mind, Leaden Orb. Leaden Orb for Cho'Gall can be a big one here. He's also going to be going into Frenzied Fist, the 75% attack speed after using Surging Fist. Good synergy with Lieutenant Morales there, heroic-wise, Stim Drone. Celestial Charge finds Dahaka. Meanwhile, Cho'Gall goes in for Tychus, activates that minigun. Twisting Nether will come out, doesn't find any target at all, and will be utilized on the Wave. Wave and top being pushed up. Blaze thinks about going back up there, doubles back into the allies. There's going to be a Jet Propulsion to Cho'Gall, Celestial Charge into Lieutenant Morales. The Cassie is getting really low, trying to avoid the Probius damage as Ariel gets the Resurrection and self-heal, 50-something HP. Tychus will go down in the end. The Dragonite picked up by Cho'Gall in the middle of all of this. Detainment Strike, but Probius has the Echo Pulse hit. Celestial Charge and such were enough to take down Morales, but Dragonite moves in through top. Wait, Brush Stock, hello. Brush Stock comes through, and they're going to get revenge for Morales here in bottom lane as the Nexus forces actually take down Imperius. Cho'Gall inside the Dragonite take down Keep, and they move towards core. It's no speed run, but Three-Legged Cat might be able to find victory. They almost take down Cassie, but she gets inside the Hall of Storms. Cho'Gall getting a little bit low here, Surging Fist away, and the map is not over yet. The map is not over. We continue to play Dragonshire map number 3. And let's cycle through the other numbers. Let's wait for 20 talents here because, gosh, I'm curious. The heroic damage from Probius is currently at 49,000, highest in the game. This was a first pick Probius from Three-Legged Cat. This should be a memery draft, but it's just bodying right now, and this is insanity to me. I guess not bodying, it's only a 3-kill difference, but still, I mean, map-wise, they haven't even lost a single major structure. Bottom fort is a little bit low, but that's still all fine. Waiting for 20 talents here on the right side. Twice is going to be able to take down top fort with this Dahaka. Utilizing drag there every so often as well, because it does do spell damage to the structure. Uh-oh, Cho'Gall getting chunked. Will not be taken down. Able to back away just fine. But the 20s are here on the right side. We'll take a look at those after we look at the KDA stat up next. Gosh, Surge Energy. I thought they did a pretty good job pivoting in their draft, but it's really just not working out, unfortunately. I thought the pivot with Imperious and percent-based damage and stuff was going to be good. Dahaka's going to show on bottom, but I guess they're not going for it. Oh, yeah, you got Twilight Frenzy for Cho'Gall, Contagion, Hour of Twilight as well, Construct additional pylons for Probius, and Hospice Care. No stim upgrade level 20. Hospice Care, for those that don't know, Safeguard grants its target unkillable for 1 second. If the target is under 50% maximum health, when unkillable effect ends, that they are healed for 8% of their maximum health. As Dahaka does get ganked in bottom. Meanwhile, Cho'Gall's trying to end. Where's the stim? Pylon overcharge from Probius. Cho'Gall gets literally deleted, but his death timer's at 50%, and they got nearly 50% of the course, so... yeah. That's all fine, realistically. Like, he's got Hour of Twilight, dude. He's fine. They can literally do that again, and they can potentially get the core to 1%, and then do that again and win. They still have all forts available, so it's not like, oh no, we're hemorrhaging structures, and it's all, no, literally just about to respawn, 50% reduced death timer, and I would not be surprised if they run straight at core. Probably trying to use this corridor to get to core a little bit faster. Gonna discover the enemy team, get onto the point, Twilight Hammer. Okay, that's probably GG right there. Oh, Tychus lives, that's nice. Ariel has level 20. She's got light speed. She's gonna self-cast it as well. Zoom! Cho'Gall's going to core, though. As I said, Cho'Gall's gonna go ahead and do exactly what they just did. Surging Fist for the auto attack speed. Tychus has already respawned, or he's already like back at Hall of Storm, so a little bit faster on the response this time. Molten Block does activate, but here's the thing. Gall can still use his abilities, and that Molten Block, as the core is down to 6%, they just literally force core. And GG's over to the side of Three-Legged Cat. My scroll wheel bouncing there, sorry.